So the Proud Boys is a far-right extremist group. The SPLC classifies it as a hate group and noted a small presence here in Georgia in a recent report. NBC reports the group has been tied to violence at recent protests, marching in Charlottesville, and more recently, organizing protests against Black Lives Matter. After the president's comments last night, the group added his words to its logo. There are just 34 days until the presidential election. We want to make sure your vote counts. So for resources like deadlines and guidelines on how to register, head to 11alive.com/vote.